99.9% of the scientists point in one direction, 0.1% of the scientists point in another direction, and we're told that they should be given equal time. That is not balance. That is freedom of expression, but it is not balance. And ultimately, it is completely misleading. As an aside, what's truly astonishing is that those wilder extremes I just referred to appear to extend to the Republican Party's nomination of a vice president who could, in 5 months' time, just 5 months' time, be a heartbeat away from becoming the most powerful person in the world. This is someone who doesn't believe that climate change exists. Frankly, you couldn't even make it up. That's why I don't do movies anymore, because fact is so much more ludicrous than fiction. Now, contrary to what Sarah Palin and her moose-hunting friends believe, every scrap of peer-reviewed science is pretty much unanimous in support of the view that we human beings are the accelerators of our own destruction. Yes, of course, there's disagreement about the scale of the problem and the most appropriate and effective responses to it. But to read much of the media, not to mention many influential blogs, you simply wouldn't know this. In some cases, you're even led to believe that the whole idea of man-made climate change has been put about by a bunch of self-promoting scientists in flapping white laboratory coats. Every company involved in getting the climate change message across to citizens and consumers has, in my judgment, a massive role to play in counteracting the ignorance, the apathy, and quite naturally and respond to the very natural reaction of consumers, that if there's one scintilla, if you like, of possibility that they don't have to do something, that this is not a crisis, that it can somehow be managed through as business as usual, that becomes the attractive alternative. I say this with a certain amount of pain, because as a non-executive chairman of Channel 4, I had to live through this dreadful program that we put out called The Great Climate Change Swindle. It's not for me, I'm not a censor, but what was fascinating was that a rather self-promoting millionaire decided to invest in buying sufficient CDs of this damn program to send to every school in the country. And if I say to you that I've literally spent the last year trying to deal with the fallout from what is a thoroughly discredited piece of work, it's even been discredited by our regulator, I can't tell you how damaging it is. Why is it damaging? Why is it disproportionately damaging? Because it offers hope to people who would prefer not to believe. That's the problem. This is why I'm obsessing slightly over this issue, if you like, of what is and what isn't balance.